What's up, beautiful people? How's it going? Vazquez66 here with a video about harvesting. So this, you can do a 0 to 100 here, but I personally recommend 100 and above, so that way you can cash in on all juicy silkweed. Now, I personally love this route. I prefer it over Everfall, over Monarch's Bluff, over Windsward, everything. Now, what I do recommend for this area is be around 35 plus, because you will seldomly run into a few creatures that are, I believe they're around like low 40s, 42, 43, and they're cougars, but you'll run into maybe 4. You can just avoid those certain areas, but for the most part, you will never run out of something to pick here. Even if I have personally farmed alongside someone else and we had more than enough. Now, what I do recommend before coming is pick yourself up a harvester set if you can. Shirt, hat, gloves, pants, shoes. Pick yourself up some hefty bags if you can. Of course, get some bags that have stuff that reduces the weight of your herbs. That'll really help on carrying as much as possible. Another thing, if you can afford it as well, or if you can craft it, common proficiency boosters. This is going to, even though it just says 7%, 7% goes a long way after picking like what, 5,000 hemp, or fibers, not including the silkweed as well. Now, your sickle, very useful. Now, you don't really need the 6.9% harvesting experience. I personally have it just because I want to get to 200 as quick as possible. I'm at around like 152 maybe. Now, what I do really recommend is the harvesting yield and the Azoth chance. So with the Azoth chance, I've come with maybe 500 Azoth and I cap out before I even leave. It's super useful. And even better if you are a mage. If you're wearing the harvesting gear, you're going to get the intelligence, but you really want to hit these checkpoints, because at 50, you get 10% harvesting speed, 100, you get the extra Azoth while harvesting, 150, 10% decrease in weight of harvest items, 10%. So if I have 1,000 cap, that's 100 free cap that I don't have to worry about, you know? And then you get your 10% harvesting speed, and finally you get your 10% yield increase when harvesting. Beautiful. The last one doesn't really matter because it's just 10% reduction in Azoth travel cost. And from here on, I'm just going to play a route. I will have a little stopwatch on the side. That way you can see how long it takes me. I have my PvP disabled just so that the route doesn't get interrupted. I typically run enabled, but for the video viewing pleasure, you know, keep it simple. So yeah, just sit around, sit tight, and I'll try to talk over the route, explain some of my choices as to where I would go, where I wouldn't go, depending on what level you are. But yeah, so let's get right into it. All right, so just for a quick little map overview, right here on this road in Restless Shores, this is typically where you're going to want to start. But you do have to be careful if you're on the lower level side, because corrupted monoliths can spawn here and here. So just avoid these areas. Stay within the middle of the road, and the route's going to go as follows. You go from Restless Shore and Morningdale. In between both, you'll go up here, you'll follow this little ridge, and the area that you're typically going to want to avoid is just about the center of this. That's typically where you're going to find your level 42 links if you feel like you can't fight them. Now, you don't find many, maybe 4 max, so you don't have to worry about it. I typically go here, go all the way around, and I'll cover all this area. Now, I don't stick around the ridge. I typically bob and weave in between, make sure to pick up everything on the way. And I'll typically be full by the end of this because it's a lot to pick. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So one thing that I did forget to mention earlier was something that would be a lot, something that would be very useful rather, would be either having a musket or a bow, and having the mastery where after you roll you gain haste. That'll definitely help you get around a lot quicker. Now, I personally have burnout with the 50% extended reach, so I go rather far whenever I use burnout with my fire staff. But yes, if you had, let's say, a full intelligence musket, that'll help you get to that 250 mark. It'll definitely help out on your movement speed. Now, this is my second recording. I did have a first. I kept forgetting to use the proficiency boosters, so we're gonna try this again. Now, in my last run, I finished at about 45 minutes with about nearly 7k fibers and about 2.5k silk threads. So in an hour, safe to say you can net around 10,000 fibers. Keep in mind, you do want to try keeping the proficiency boosters up as much as possible. That way you can just gather as much fibers as possible. And that is that I did run into another person during my last harvesting route. So like I mentioned before, it is completely possible to harvest alongside someone in this route. Now I'm going to go ahead and just speed up the video, and we'll play some music so you can see the route. Like I said before, I will bob and weave from left to right just to not have such a linear pattern on the herbs. Just in case someone does come around, I know more or less which herbs are going to be spawning in what order. All right, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the farming. I was thinking of going back across the bridge over there, or the road rather. But seeing as he was there, I'm not going to try to actively compete on picking something because that's just a waste of time. So just wrap back around, and as you can see, everything is spawned again.
son. Where'd you find this?
Oops. All right, so that concludes the harvesting. What we've been able to conclude is in approximately 55 minutes, I was able to gather 8,570 fibers. Now, keep in mind that I dropped my silk thread just so I can try to collect as many fibers as possible. Just so in case you are below level 100 and you can't collect silk threads, I want to show you the potential. Now, seeing as I did waste a lot of time with silk thread, since it takes maybe on average 50% longer to collect the thread than the fibers, I would easily say you can reach 10,000 fibers an hour here. I earned from level 164 to 175, I did the math, it was around 64,000, so I earned roughly 65,000 harvesting XP on this one run. So now I am up to 178. Actually, I miscalculated. So yes, definitely over 65,000, and I can now farm wire fiber. So I really hope that this helps you all with your harvesting leveling. Now, if you have any questions or you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment in the section below. And if you'd like to tune in live at twitch.tv/Vazquez66, I do stream just about every single day, whether it's harvesting, well, not just harvesting, whether it's farming, harvesting, mining, wood cutting, etc. PvP, buttloads, because the PvP in this game is so freaking awesome. Yeah, so this video helped you out, just leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, and I will definitely be coming out with more of these. For now, peace and much love.